Hi guys, Joe from Prepper in the Woods, and today I want to discuss my Polish bedroll project I've been working on. So it's going to be an upgrade because basically when I bought it, it was moth treated in description, and I'll show a clip of that of when I bought it. So for a sleep mat, I got this one from Military Mart. It's a Polish bedroll, so it has down here, which you can tell I have over my jumper here, but it also needs to be aired out. I did it for 2 weeks. It stinks of mothballs. They do mention that in the website, but again, it's strong. But also, as you can see, it still has stuff coming out of it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put that in the wash no matter what. Inside of here, I put a mat. A standard size mat would fit into here, so the width-wise is fine. It's a little bit long, so I just curled it up into a pillow now. But that will be my bedroll once I clean it. So now, as you can see, a lot of powder was coming out of that. So I washed it inside out, and it's still happening. I washed it a third time, and I was still having that issue.
That's ridiculous. You bought that new?
So on Facebook I put a picture of what I was working on now, which is basically I'm going to take out everything, all the dowel feathers that are in it, and then replace it with wool. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that now. So this here is the inside of the bedroll. By inside, I don't mean just turned inside out. I mean is I cut the end here, so you can see it's all frayed and stuff. I'm going to fix that. But this, and then I turned it inside out. So this is the side that had all the feathers, which you can see there's remaining feathers. And then, so what you do is there's stitching here. I'm not sure if you can see that. And then it goes that way as well. And they're all like little pads of feathers. All right, so there's little pouches of feathers here. So what I had to do is unstitch all of these going each way. And then once all the feathers went down, I basically undid this, and I had a laundry basket, put a bin bag in there and empty all the feathers out in there, then wash this again. And now the powder is pretty much gone because the feathers are gone and whatever else was inside of this. So now I'm going to turn this inside out again and then replace the padding with, so I'm going to replace the padding on the inside with this wool. Now this wool here I got for free. It's basically the installation of what they use for when delivering cold foods. So a friend at work sent it to me. He says, "Oh, you know, this be useful to you?" And I said, "Yeah." So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this out and then put it in there and then stitch it up again. So I'm going to that's going to be the next project now. I mean, next thing to do. Alright, so now here is a bedroll, all clean and ready now. And then there is all my stacks of wool. So what I'm thinking about doing now is, instead of going this way with it, which was my first idea, what I might do is lay it this way and then stack it up higher, and then that way I'll have a space to like follow this line here and sew it up so I can roll it up again. Whereas if I put it that way, it's going to be quite thick to roll up. So that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to put maybe 2 layers on top, measure it out, cut the excess, and then just keep doing that, and hopefully I should have enough. So what I did was measured out the sides, so the other sides inside the seam here, I'm going to cut inside the seam here, so that when I put 2 layers in, it all should fit. So I'm just going to cut as straight as I can. This is more of a Simon, a bloke in the woods kind of job, but I'm going to have to hand sew this as well, I reckon. And that's how thick it is at the moment. So you can see it's a good amount. I'll just give you an update. So what I did was, on the corners of the wool, I just threw in a few stitches, so each corner that it met. So I still have a gap here, you can see, so when it rolls up it will still roll on that gap. But then I also, the stitches will stop the wool from shifting anywhere. So top of the wool there, top of the wool there, and then a gap, and you can see it's a gap here. So that will work out for me. I'm doing this inside because it's way too windy outside. You won't be able to hear anything. So now it's a pain in the ass. I had to start from the other end and feed my arm all the way in and stitch blind. So here there's a bit of a gap here where that was left over. So I put one large piece here, one long piece, and then a piece here just folded over, and then again I made the gap here so it'll still roll up. On the end here, let me just change my angle. So this is the between the layers, so I had to feed my arm in here and so ideally, if you get this, if you undo this, you can just fill it up whatever you want really. I'm just using wool because I had wool. This part here I was supposed to put in between, I believe. I messed that out, so I'll have to just stitch to the bottom and then clean this up. But again, you know, sewing's not my forte. But yeah, so that's my next bit, is putting this on, and I'm going to show you the end result. Right, so here is a product of my 3 days work. So you can see it does pack down quite small. It is on the first hole here. So I think with the down it was on the second hole, but I don't think it's any heavier. So unravel it. Sorry, it's very windy out. And there you are. So all sewed up, you have your little gaps in there that I wanted. You know, if it's lumpy, it doesn't matter because you're just going to lay on it anyway. But let me give you a bit out of the shadow. That's, there it is again, as you can see. But now also, just to add extra comfort to this, I'll just flip this over a minute. So you still have the option of putting a mat down here, and that'll go all the way in. And then you can also lay on a mat and that. And there's no way you fall rocks through that. That's about 3 inches. So that's pretty good. So I will be using this in an upcoming tent video to review, but I just want to get this done. It took me 3 days between all the little sewing and the other feathers, mainly the feathers, and washing it, but it's much better now. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. This little project I was working on. I bought it, had issues with it, couldn't sell it, couldn't return it, so I might as well make it better for myself. It did take a bit of extra work to do what I did to it, but now at least it's usable. So plus it'll keep me warm enough, definitely comfortable on the ground. Thanks guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I'll catch you next video. Bye.